Alright guys, it's your boy, CarolinaChris26. Alright guys, I'm your boy, Chris Gray, aka CarolinaChris26. And this is my comic book haul for New Comic Book Day, Comic Book Wednesday, July 10th, 2019. Today is my birthday for my sweet little girl, Jada Nicole Gray. Happy 14th birthday, Boot Boot. Daddy loves you. Guys, yes, my angel is 14 years old. Jesus, they grow up so quick. You don't believe me? Look at this. 7/10/05. That's when she was born. That's her little baby feet. See, her feet were so tiny. That's how big my daughter's feet was when she was born, man. My God, where did the days go? The years just blow on by. I mean, just yesterday, my son was just a baby in diapers. And I was changing his diaper, and his little wee-wee popped up, and he peed in my face. Good times. Yeah, hey, check this out. This is a picture of me and my son when my son was a little boy. He was so cute. Yeah, you like that mustache, huh? Yeah, that's a picture when he was a baby, and this is a picture of him now. Yeah, got a lot more big, didn't he? Got way bigger. He got a lot bigger than what he was. But, that's why I say, man, if you're a parent and you have a newborn and it's your first kid, just know the time will pass by extremely fast. Before you know it, the kid's asking to borrow your car. The kid's asking to get a plane ticket to go out of the country. Well, at that age, they should be old enough to not be living with you. But I'm just saying, time goes by extremely fast, man. I mean, it's been years since my kids were born, but man, it's like, for me, it feels like it was yesterday. And no, it's not. They're getting older, man, and I'm getting older. We're all getting older. You just gotta really enjoy these moments while you can, because you never know. You know what I mean? And I don't like to beat a dead horse, but I'm one of those guys that just believes something bad is always gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna leave the house today, and God, I don't want to say that. I'm gonna leave the house today and get in a bad car accident and possibly. I'm always thinking about the worst, and I know that's not the right way to live life. That's why I say, and I always try to tell y'all guys, have a plan for your comic books in case something bad happens to you. Just in case. You never know. But everybody's collecting these big collections, and they're putting thousands of dollars in their comic books. And if they pass away, what happens to your books? I mean, I've said this before in videos before. I'm trying to, hopefully my son... Like right now, if I was to die, there's no way my son would be able to take my whole collection of comic books, because he wouldn't have nowhere to put them. So where would they go? They would end up. Who knows where they would end up? But it's just, I can't take them with me when I die. But you just gotta have a plan. I know y'all probably just like, Chris, we don't care about that. You gotta think. You got life insurance. You got car insurance. You got insurance, period. If you do, then you're thinking for the future. Have a plan for your comic books, man, because I know people that are paying, like, they're investing car payments. Like, no, they're investing money where they could buy a small used car in a comic book. What happens if you pass away today? What happens to all those books? Have a plan, man. You know what I mean? My backup plan would be my cousin. He's probably got 31 long boxes. He's a big collector now. I mean, I'm pretty sure he would take my books. But I would like for my books to go to someone that would actually appreciate them, I would like for my son to be able to have them all. Though he will be able to take some of them, he won't be able to take them all. Guys, enough said. Let's get right into this comic book haul. I do have a nice little stack of comics this week. Not a lot. I'm going to try to breeze on through these. I did read a bunch of these books, but I really want to do a breakdown of these books, but I don't want to take up a lot of time doing a breakdown, because I want y'all to just, I know a lot of people don't like to sit through somebody just rambling on the YouTube channel, so I'm just going to show you my books, and that's going to be it. So guys, first up tonight, we're going with those...
Independent Comics.
Yeah. We're going with those independent comics out the gate, straight up the bat. Batter swing. Alright, guys. First up, we got a book by Image Comics, and it's a new book. I'm hearing a lot of word on the streets about this book. I read it. It's a very, very good book. How can I explain this book without giving an entire breakdown? Medieval Suicide Squad. That's all. That's it. And that book is called Reaver 1. This cover is by Becky Coleman. Writer and creator is Justin Jordan. This book is really crazy. It's about a bunch of misfits who have to get together and save the day, I guess. A bunch of criminals. The girl on the cover, I believe she is a cannibal, you want to say. She's a very, very short statured person. They got a guy on here. He's like the size of the mountain. Gigantic with tattoos on him. You got a guy who's like a colonel, or he's the leader of the group. And then you got a pretty boy. And then you got a little wizard guy. They're put together to save, to save the day. We basically got an introduction of the characters in issue 1. Issue 2 should get really interesting. That's a great, great book, and it's on my pull list. I also noticed my boy Wolf Warner got 2 copies. Shout out to you, Wolf. We got another book by Image, and it's called Unearth 1. Writer is Cullen Bunn. Cover art is by Kyle Strahan. Also writers Kyle Strahan and Cullen Bunn. This book is very, very bugged out. I might have to read it again because I was reading it on the way back to Fayetteville, North Carolina. I recently went out of town and picked my books up on Wednesday and had to leave out of town. But I was able to read a couple of these books on the ride, and I do need to sit down and read this again. It's a very, very bugged out book. I'm gonna leave my opinion on this book until I read it, or until I read issue 2. Next up, we got Oblivion Song 17, another Image Comics. Robert Kirkman. This cover is by Lorenzo De Felici. As y'all well know, this book was picked up by Universal, and it's been optioned. Can't wait to see it on the big screen. Pretty excited, you know. Oblivion Song kind of reminds me of that movie called Cloverfield Paradox, you know. If you ever watch that and you read Oblivion Song, let me know if I'm kind of right with my assessment. Next up, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 95 cover B. I was able to pick this up from a friend. I did not get it at cover price. I'm not a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reader. Shout out to Comic Book Jabroni. I know he is. I'm actually a big fan of Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles though. But you know, I picked this up for the key. It's a new female turtle, Jenica, I believe is her name. She was infused with a blood transfusion from one of the turtles, I want to say. Raphael, Donatello, I'm not really sure, but I think her story's kind of similar to She-Hulk. You know, she had a blood transfusion from her cousin, Bruce Banner, and became She-Hulk. Alright guys, next up we're going into those
Marvel Comics.
Yeah, man, those Marvel Comics, man. I got some good books. This book, I actually read it, and I'm really liking it, but I'm liking the other one. I'll let you know. It's a Savage Sword of Codan 7. Let's see here. Writer is, cover art is by Marco Cinchetto. Writer is Jim Zub. The last writer for this issue 6 was Meredith Finch. Issue 6 was really good. Issue 7 is no doubt. It introduces a new game called The Serpent's Bluff. Guys, yeah, you might need to, if you ain't on Codan, you need to get down. But Codan the Barbarian, I'm actually a bigger fan of that. I mean, that's Jason Aaron. I mean, what doesn't Jason Aaron put out that isn't good? But Savage Sword of Codan is you know, it's it's on its own beaten path. You know what I mean? It's doing its thing. You know what I mean? It's doing its thing. Next up, we got the Amazing Spider-Man 25 A cover. It's a 60-page Spider-Mania spread with all the trimmings. Even got some potato salad. Cover art is by Ryan Ottley. Writer is Nick Spencer. I have not read any of my Amazing Spider-Man issues yet, though I do plan on it. Just a matter of time. First off, I think this week what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read, well, we'll talk about that when I get to DC. So, Amazing Spider-Man, Ryan Ottley, A cover, writer Nick Spencer. Shout out to the web crawler. Did anybody get to see Far From Home? And what did you think about it? Don't say anything. Put it in the comments. Speaking of the devil, we got Symbiote Spider-Man issue 4 A cover. It's the Greg Land variant, or Greg Land cover, not variant. Writer Peter David. In this issue, Mysterio gets the symbiote. Man, it's crazy. I have not read issues 1 through 3. I did sit down and read this. It is very, very interesting, and I do have a picture of Mysterio in the symbiote right here. Yeah, there you go. That's I mean, I don't know. Say, you know, what's your opinion on that? Do you think he looks badass? I mean, with everybody that gets the symbiote. Now, what I did notice in this book is Mysterio doesn't use any of the symbiote powers. You know how usually like Venom or shoots them like out of his hands. Nah, Mysterio in this issue he doesn't do any of that. He basically is Mysterio, you know. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens in issue 5. It's still on my pull list. Guys, next up we got a book that everybody. Now, if you're not reading this book, then you're not American, and I'm sorry. You need to go back to North Korea. Venom 16. It's the A cover. Oh my God, this book is crazy. Cover art on this book is by Josh Cassera. This book, I got two covers. One for me, one for my son, as I always have. I've always got a cover for me and a cover for my son. Let me show y'all the cover here, up close. You see right there, they're eating ice cream, right? See the fudge on top of the ice cream? It's like a symbiote. And what's it doing? It's reaching out for Dylan. That has to be foreshadowing the fact that Dylan will get the symbiote here in the future. We know it's going to happen. It is going to happen. And man, when that copy drops, I want 5 copies. Possibly 10. Speaking of the devil, that new Captain Marvel 8 that everybody's saying it's supposed to be dropping with that new first appearance of Star. It's a new villain in Captain Marvel that's going to be coming out. Issue 10, the covers, I think from issue 10 on, Mark Brooks is going to be doing the covers. We all know what Mark Brooks is like with covers. But there's going to be a new villain, and everybody's speculating that issue 8 is going to be the first appearance of this new villain Star. I hope so, because I just pre-ordered like 4 copies of Captain Marvel 8. Y'all speculators, man. It's a gamble, you know what I mean? Could be wrong. I could be sitting around with 4 copies of Captain Marvel for nothing. But I do want a couple copies of that first appearance of that new villain. We're still on Venom. Issue 16, B covers, the Carnage Eyes, Ron Lim cover. That is a beautiful cover. Very, very nice done, man. That is very, I mean, it's wicked. I like it. Which all these Carnage Eyes covers coming out, I had to break out a few of my old Venom Eyes covers, laid them out, you know what I mean? Guys, next up we're going into DC Comics. Yeah, man, that Carolina Chris is crazy. Guys, yeah, DC Comics. We're going into DC Comics. Well, guys, first up to bat, we have Batman 74. Dude, this is a B cover, and man, dude, it's Juan Jimenez, I believe, is the cover art for this. Yeah, Juan Jimenez, writer Tom King. Dude, look at the detail on this cover though. That is just simply beautiful, man. Very nicely done. And with that being said, guys, the rest of this haul, there won't be no hot cover of the week because I've got a few hot covers, that being one of them, man. From now on, these covers are just fire all the way to the end. Speaking of hot covers, we have Detective Comics 1007. Whew, man, his cover is crazy. Writer Peter Tomasi, cover art by Dan Quintana. Is just simply beautiful, man. Let me take it out the pack once again to give you a very, very good visual of how this book looks from top to bottom, bottom to top. Obviously ain't nothing digital about that cover. That is just simply straight up old-fashioned hand drawn with a pen, pencil, crayon, whatever. It is just simply beautiful. Yep. In this issue, Batman and Spectre work together to save the Spectre's better half, James Corrigan. He's captured by this cult of crazy Spectre guys dressed like the Spectre, and they keep chanting, "The host must die, the host must die." It's crazy, man. It's a very, very interesting read. The last issue, I felt like a lot of people wouldn't get it. They didn't really know much about the Spectre. But, yeah, these guys are crazy. They keep screaming, "The host must die, the host must die. Long live the host. The cult of the divine hand compels you. The cult of the divine hand compels you." You know, it's crazy, man. But Batman and the Spectre work together to save James. The mission's accomplished. They save James. And, yeah, it's a knockdown, drag out. But a very, very good issue. I actually loved it. Peter Tomasi is now one of my favorite writers. I love him along with a lot of other people. I can't narrow it down to one person. Next, Wonder Woman 74. Batman 74, Wonder Woman 74. Jenny Frison. Cover art by Jenny Frison. Writer is G. Willow Wilson. I mean, Jenny's like one of the hottest female artists out right now, so when doesn't she do anything that's sick? I mean, her Wonder Woman covers are to die for. It's like a slice of strawberry shortcake with whipped cream on top. You know what I mean? Bam. That's Jenny. She's the whipped cream. No. She's the cake, the whipped cream, and the cherry on top. Just like that. I said it. Alright, guys. Next up, Catwoman 13. Woo! By your boy Stanley Art Germ. Dude. Writer, Joella Jones, I believe is the writer. Is that what this is? Writer Joella Jones. Cover art by Stanley Art Germ. Look at this dude. Dude. This is like one of the sickest covers out. Man, this is some beautiful. DC's cranking out some beautiful artwork. And I mean, Stanley Art Germ is no exception. He's one of the best at what he does. But that issue 15 of Catwoman, y'all really need to be on the lookout for that. Post a picture of it right now, right there. That cover right there, I ordered a few copies. Not like 5 or 6, but maybe 1 or at least 2 or 3 I ordered. I mean, 2 for sure, but I don't know. I could pick up another one at my other LCS. But yeah, that cover, that's a straight cover buy for me. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not a key issue, but that is one of the hottest, that's going to be one of the hottest Catwoman covers to drop, in my opinion. Next, and last on the list for today, is that book everybody was, at least I believe everybody was anticipating at one point in time. We already know who she is now. But I'm talking about Wonder Comics, DC Comics, Naomi #6, cover art by Jamal Campbell, writer Brian Michael Bendis. This was a nice end to a great short series. She will be back in Action Comics 1012, I believe. I'm not really sure, but she will be back in Action Comics. Naomi, I believe this was a key issue, guys. And y'all know how I am about Naomi. I always grab multiple copies, and this time was no exception. I grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 copies. One of these copies will be going into giveaway. I've been planning here for a while. I've been stacking books up for a minute, guys. I'm thinking about doing a video here pretty soon to let y'all guys know what I have. I'm just waiting to put the right CGC book in there for that first prize. Back to the book. This was a great finale to a wonderful series. She knows who she is now, but she doesn't know everything. So she's just got her newfound powers, and I believe in the issues to come, we will see her really learn how to use them. Because I don't think we really know what she's capable of yet. You know what I mean? So, but this issue, she runs into the guy who destroyed her homeworld. I guess murdered her family. The guy's name is Zumbato. Anyways, she runs into him. He tries to get her to use her powers to see what they're like. She gets saved by the person who saved her as a child and takes her back home. The guy tries to follow her back to Earth, thinking he's going to conquer Earth. Naomi hits him with a right or left, can't really remember, but she hits him so hard she knocks him, it looks like a couple universes away. It's right here. There you go, see the bottom corner? That's her at the bottom. She hits him so hard. You see her right there, okay. She knocks the hell out of him, man. My God, bro. Have we ever seen Superman hit somebody like that? Ooh. Boy. Yeah, dude. She lays into him, man. It's just ridiculous. But, well, yeah, so Naomi, that's the end of Naomi, but we will see her again in Action Comics. Yeah, his name is Zumbato. Z-U-M-B-A-D-O. However you pronounce that name, that's his name. Is he dead? I don't think so. But is he hurt right now? He probably is. He's probably got to put some meat on that lip of his, because I bet she swole it up. So Naomi, I mean, she's an African-American superhero. I'm pretty sure there's going to be big things to come from her in the future. Who knows, maybe down the road we might even see a movie with her. You never know. If DC gets their stuff together. Who knows, you know what I mean? But I would like to see a movie with her, you know what I mean? I'd buy that ticket. So guys, that is it. That is all. Nada, no mas. Finito. Well guys, I'm your boy, CarolinaChris26. This was my comic book haul for June 10th, 2019. Hasta luego. Yeah, I know Spanish, man, but y'all don't want to hear it because it's bad. I know y'all always wondering what that is. See, that's a 2, that's a 6. See the 6, see the 2. That's how we throw up 2-6 in my city. Fayetteville, North Carolina is home of the 2-6. Around here, everybody knows what 2-6 is. But I'm your boy, CarolinaChris26. Be safe, God bless now. Always remember to make comic book collecting fun again. Peace. Have a safe week, guys. Safe weekend, and see y'all next Comic Book Wednesday.